Hi, I'm James from Soaking Head Barbecue, and today I'm doing an unboxing and first look at the Solo Stove Pi Pizza Oven. So let's start with the elephant in the room, which is, James, don't you kind of already own a wood-fired pizza oven? And I do. Earlier this year in 2022, I spent some time researching, went through a bunch of options. One of the ones I considered actually was the Solo Stove Pi, and landed on my very own wood-fired pizza oven, which I've now shared a couple videos on the channel about. And so when Solo Stove reached out and offered to send me a test unit, the chance to actually compare one that I was researching to the one that I bought, I couldn't turn that down because I want to know, did I make the right choice? So that's going to come in the future. I don't like to do reviews the minute a product shows up, whether a company sends it to me or if I spent some time researching and I bought it myself, because I've learned through trial and error, mostly error, that usually my skill or the product, how it performs day one out of the box isn't necessarily true with a couple more repetitions under the belt. So I'll be sure to put this through the paces and come back with a little bit more of a review, as well as what I'm sure you're all curious to see, and I'm curious to see, did I make the right decision? Because these things aren't cheap in terms of a bit of a head-to-head. But for today, let's get our X-Acto knife out, do an unboxing, and take a glance at the Solo Stove Pi Pizza Oven. Well, I'll save the review and the head-to-head, as I just mentioned. One quick observation. As I can see, or show you a clip here, lifting it from the counter, this is significantly lighter than my pizza oven or any of my Kamado Joes, which are hundreds of pounds a piece. This is something that I was able to move no problem. And so one of the things, or the reasons I was actually looking at the Solo Stove is for camping. We took our Solo Stove bonfire on a road trip this summer out to Atlantic Canada and down to Bar Harbor in Maine. And so we did everything from cooking, bacon, eggs, steaks, lobster. Of course, you're in Bar Harbor, you got to do lobster, to chicken wings we've done on it, pulled pork, everything in between. And so the idea of being able to take this on the road, but as I was saying there before the loud cardboard tearing sounds, one of the reasons that I was looking at the Pi was for the idea of being able to take it down to the beach, take it camping. I don't know the exact weight, I'll put it up on the screen, but guessing it's similar to the Solo Stove, which itself is around 27, 30 pounds, that we would be able to actually throw this in the back of the car, throw it in the RV, and take it with us. So I'll take it fast forward while I continue getting everything out of the box. Okay, we've got everything over to the box and up on the table here so you can see it. And we're gonna grab our heat deflector stones, and I'll bring you around back. We still have everything taped up where we have the choice to either go with a wood burning fire or propane fire, which is what's in our kit here. So let's get started by installing our stones. Okay, so let's remove the tape so we can get our wood access drawer off here. So this will be our removable ash pan and ashtray. And I knew this going in, but this is the type of split that I buy for my offset and I actually use in my wood-fired oven. And as you can see from what's supposed to fit in the tray here, we're going to have to do some work for our split, since I think they're supposed to be an inch or two in diameter and about 4 to 6 inches in length versus foot size. But no surprise, I knew that was one of the things when I was researching, but I love the fact that we have the choice between two fuel sources. Let's now install the gas accessory. So we would remove all of the, make sure this is clean. If we had done a wood fire, remove our ash collector. Let's get ready to install this. So to do that, we have two little thumb screws here. I'm just going to back those out so that we can lock this into place. Slide this in like so. Put those thumb screws into our two locations. There's one here on the right and another one on the left. And just like that, we're ready to go for gas. But as everything I cook here is around wood, I can't let our first fire be propane, so I'm going to quickly take this back, switch back to our wood-fired setup, and grab a couple small pieces of wood that will fit in our wood drawer here, and start a little fire, see how we do. Put these back into their storage spaces right here. There's two little threaded spots so we don't lose those. Okay, so Solo Stove recommends using fire starters along with kiln-dried wood. So I'm just going to place 2 fire starters. These are Kamado Joe natural fire starters in there, as well as a couple of our wood chunks, and see how a few of these perform at getting a little fire going. Take you fast forward here as I grab a little bit of a butane torch, get to work on getting those starters going. Fill in a few more gaps with any little extra chips and chunks that will help get our fire to spread around. I've now installed the handle on the wood drawer so it just doesn't pop out like it did when I first removed the tape. So push that into place. Let that come up to temperature. Right, we're about 5 minutes in. Our fire's already starting to die down, so I might need to get a little bit more wood. I'll take you around back. But before we do that, I've grabbed a temperature probe. So let's just get a fresh reading here. 507, 520, 493, 530, 528. So I think we are in the neighborhood of, focus, in the 520 to 530 range, which for a couple of those wood chunks, I'm kind of impressed. Now I've seen upwards of 900 degrees on my wood-fired oven, so I'm curious to see if a couple more wood splits will make a difference. Let's go around back and add a few more. All right, let's see how our wood pile's doing. That's actually not looking so bad. I'm gonna get, though, a couple of these larger chunks, maybe not quite that large. Drop that in, and another one over here now that we've got a bit of a coal bed. Drop that in. Let's see how those do and impact our temperature. Okay, we've waited another 10 minutes. Let's give this another shot. And we did gain a little bit more temperature. If we can get this to focus here. About 572, 573 degrees. But I think that's about as hot as we're going to get. So we're not going to see 900 degrees. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you're alerted when we do get to cooking our first pizza. And then later on, for sure, what you're interested in, or I hope you're interested, I'm definitely interested in, which is that head-to-head battle against my pizza oven. So those few quick observations right away. We're going to have to make some adjustments in terms of our wood and fuel source, as the typical supplier that I go to for anything I use in my offset or my pizza oven's not going to work. I did get a little bit more BTU going out of larger chunks, but I can already tell we're going to need to adjust our dough hydration for going for wood fire in the solo stove. That's not to say we haven't tried the gas out yet to see what temperature we can hit there, but coming in just below 600 degrees Fahrenheit is, I think, as hot as we are going to get it based on the amount of wood and BTU that we can fit into the firebox. I'll see you next time, though, when we do a complete pizza cook. I'll try one with wood, try one with gas, see if we can taste the difference, and we get a couple reps under our belt and give it a fair fight. I'll do that head to head. That's it for today, though. I'm James from Smokin' Dad Barbecue signing off, and remember, don't be afraid to fire it up.